Okay, so I'm going to show the assembly of the rangefinder for the Bo-Katan Nite Owl Death Watch helmet from the Clone Wars. So what you would receive is a Ziploc bag like this with all the components, the aluminum rod. It also includes the stencil to do the symbol there on the forehead. This is the topper. You're going to have two little fins. This is the hardware set, and the magnet is connected there. And then you've got this aluminum, the base, and then an aluminum pin, and then the outer decorative plate. Okay, so first thing you'd want to do is drill out that so that the pin fits through. Okay. This is going to be set up so you'd want to push the pin through all the way so that it was flush on this side and exposed on this side. Okay. The purpose of that is when this goes on here, do you see this recessed area in the helmet? That is going to control the rangefinder from being in upright position and then stop it in the downright position. Okay, so that's this purpose of this pin. All right. The magnet is going to end up gluing down right there. Okay, and that's going to help keep this piece on. Here, let's just kind of put this through a little bit more like this. All right, so this will get pushed through there. All right, and then you drill out that hole, then that goes to there, and that's how this bolts on with the large washer, the compression washer, and then the nylon nut. Okay, so you want to adjust that so it's nice and firm. The pin will be, as I said, drilled out and pushed through so it's flush on this side, but exposed out on this side so it locks into that channel. Okay, that's that aluminum pin right there. This piece, okay, so there's a little bit of a detail right here and like a notch on each end right there. Okay, grab a pencil here real quick. So you would want to just make a little mark up here and another mark here, and then take a file, and the depth of that notch, you want to file a nice straight line all the way across. Okay. I would actually first probably recommend sanding this down, smoothing it out, just so it's nice and pretty, and the surface nice and flat, and then add that groove on. It's just a detailed groove that's supposed to be there. And then this, with the magnet in place, would hold in place, and that becomes, you know, the outer portion of the ear, such as that. All right, and then this piece would rotate in between. Okay, for the rangefinder. Make sense? Okay, then let me just take this apart here for a minute. I don't have to. All right, on the topper, this piece area here, that's what you sand off flat. Sand off the seam from where it comes out of the mold. Drill out the hole for the aluminum rod to fit. Okay, and this aluminum rod will slide over this, and you'd want to glue this in place. You want to clean up your fins, and then they will glue on each side of the rod. All right, so you see a glue, and then these all clean up, and then you've got your fins on each side of the rod, and then you have your topper obviously facing that way, so when it's on, it's, you know, it's facing the correct direction. I know there's a lot of little components here, but it really does kind of assemble pretty easily. Again, I'm just going to kind of mention what I said about drilling this out, pushing the pin all the way through, adding CA glue to keep the pin in place. Okay, making sure that it's exposed so that it locks into this channel. You're going to drill this center hole out so the bolt can fit. And then obviously that'll be with the large washer on the inside, the compression washer, and then the nylon nut. You will sand this nice and flat. You'll add the groove as the decorative groove that matches each end straight across. You will glue in the magnet in this recessed hole, and that's the decorative piece. The magnet holds that on. Clean up the topper. Drill out the hole in the topper for the aluminum rod. The aluminum rod you will glue down over that, and then clean up the fins, glue it on each side. And once everything's painted, you attach it and you're good. That is the rangefinder components and the basic assembly tips for the Bo-Katan Nite Owl Death Watch Mandalorian helmet from the Clone Wars.